Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a 2-0 edition of Behind Enemy Lines. And I am joined by Caleb once again because I couldn't find an Eagles fan. Um,
At this point, the
this is
series
the
is becoming behind enemy lines. Big K
Behind Big K.
behind BEK behind extra K.
BK.
BK.
Behind Enemy Ks. All right. If you guys didn't know, this series where I, a Saints fan, talk to a fan of the opposing team, and of course, whenever you see the man next to me, that means I didn't find a fan until the Broncos game. So, once again, I'm joined by my guy Big K. Big K, how are you?
You know, I thought of this today while I was driving home, which is a crazy stat.
Okay.
This is episode 6. I was on episode 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Wait, what do you mean?
For the season.
Oh, yeah.
For the season.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, huh?
I sat there, I'm like,
not the 6th episode. This is like the fucking 23rd episode.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've really been on all but one episode this season.
Yeah,
Not just him.
I probably need to do better at reaching out to more people.
You're chilling.
Because most of my Twitter audience that I usually put out to are Saints fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so whatever.
Oh god, I'm gonna be on next week also.
I might genuinely not go after a Falcons fan, but you know,
see, I'm looking at this. The next time you might get an actual fan might be Denver.
Yeah, and it's you.
Yeah.
But
oh well, it actually might be even after that. It might be a bit too because you play a team with no fans.
Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah. So next, I mean, I could try the NFL Discord, but it's full of like.
I wouldn't. It's about
the new NFL Discord is full of weirdos. So I don't know if anybody's seen that new shit going on there, but it's fun but weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Caleb, I just have to scold you for a little bit. Last week you were on here, you were talking to Big Stick. Talking about how it's gonna be a blowout, but not the way you thought.
No, and I texted you. I'm like, this is the opposite of what I expected.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen right now. This is the DMs he sent me. It's kind of funny.
Let me go read them exactly.
Here, I'm gonna read them off because we don't text that often. I don't think. Oh
no,
you said
I just said ... Zimmer can't touch Kamara. Ass whipping. First half still, but yes.
Yeah, and then that same day I asked him to play 2K because we're 2K fans. Anyway, yeah. So you are now 7-2.
Oh no!
On
awful. Oh no! my rate's is still absolutely insane in the hindsight of things. If I'm right this week, I'm shooting 80%.
All right. Well, let's talk about these two teams. Starting off with the Eagles. What's going on?
Health is right now, I guess, the big thing for this team, which is wild for me to say. Hold on, ESPN is broken. What the fuck?
Here, I'll send you this post. No, you can go off of.
No, it's not on the way. You think, but the two big names on the injury report right now is Chancey Gardner-Johnson. It's just spoken for your team in general. It's Chancey Gardner-Johnson and AJ Brown.
Yep.
Chancey Gardner-Johnson's already announced he's going to play.
Okay.
He still has to get medically cleared.
Right.
But he's going to end up playing.
I'm sure.
Officially today, AJ Brown got... Yeah, you're not playing, Chief.
Yeah, I don't know, because Nick Sirianni then after said he's not out.
I trust Rappaport.
Yeah, I think Nick Sirianni thinks he's a little bit smarter than what he actually is. And he's going to try and use that as like a whole injury advantage thing. Like, oh, you don't know if AJ's going to play it. Well,
he's not playing. He's been medically cleared. He can't overrule that.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's my agenda.
Yeah. What?
Still
So
pushing that same agenda later. It's just number not as big.
usually when there's a team that loses to the Falcons, I hate them even more almost.
But
So
no, there's no
um
but.
how do you feel about that loss to the Falcons for the Eagles?
It's tough. It's tough.
Is it bigger than is it a big deal? Is it not a
I
big
mean,
deal?
it's tough because it comes down to Sirianni being stupid. That's what it comes down to. Or whoever made the play calling, called that damn play. Third down, they have no timeouts, and you throw the football. Get it? It hits Saquon right in the hands for a first down, but he drops it. But you do not pass the football in that situation. You run the ball. Hey, you get a first down. Or what you do if you're the fucking Eagles is you put Jalen Hurts under center,
Uh,
you put two guys on his ass, and you run the tush push back-to-back plays. You need 3 yards, and that play gets you 2 yards every time.
mhm.
You say, stop it.
There's a period in 2022 where you could have ran an offense full of tush pushes and you get a first down every time. Not every play, but
But the issue here is, and I would honestly love to see it if he was still in the league, there's no Jason Kelsey. Granted, I think it'd
Cam
be more
Jurgens
dumb.
hasn't done bad though.
No, but he's not Jason Kelsey.
Not sure.
But like, I can only imagine what it'd be now with Mekhi Becton at right guard.
That's a big motherfucker.
Just and then you move Jordan Malott. You'd say either you move Mekhi either to the left or you let Becton or let Malata play guard for a play, and you just have 2 6'8", 360-pound monsters and Jason Kelsey right next to each other. You're not stopping him from getting 3 yards. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was an interesting stat. If you would have ran the tush push, you would have gotten a first down every 3 plays.
Yeah, it's
It's insane. But yeah.
no one. You can't stop it.
No.
You can't
Uh,
replicate it.
I hate the tush push. I'm not gonna lie. I will
You're
forever
gonna see it
be.
at least 3 times.
Yeah, I'm sure. But the tush push is OP as shit, and you know what? It's fine because every team can do it. I'm sure not every team, but
No,
majority of teams could do it.
because it's not the O line that makes it good.
Yeah, it's the quarterback.
Jalen Hurts' legs are just no one's as strong as Jalen Hurts as far as
Well,
legs.
also, I mean, if you have like a 6'6" quarterback like Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence, then you can pull that off.
You can pull it off, but also teams are
Like
not stupid enough to try to that with those quarterbacks because
you're
that's asking for something.
you have 2.5 yard long quarterbacks.
But teams are especially. I wouldn't do that with Herbert.
No, I wouldn't do it with Herbert
Herbert's
with his
injury
with his
prone.
lower body injury history. Yeah,
He is injury prone because he's injured again.
I would do it with Trevor though.
I do.
Trevor would run regardless though.
But
Like
the issue
Trevor
with
can
Trevor
move.
is he's one injury away from it being bad for him because he's pretty mobile. If he loses his mobility,
Yeah.
it's questionable. His arm talent's insane, but it's taken away his legs potentially if it's a bad injury. And that team needs Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers need Justin Herbert, but you wouldn't run with Herbert either. The Steelers should do it with Fields.
I think the Saints did it with Carr last week.
The church push?
I don't know if it was a touch push or it was just an old QB sneak.
That was probably just a QB sneak.
I don't know. Yeah. The touch push is. I think the Saints are the last person to stop the touch push, except it was with Gardner Minshew and not Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and it's a completely different play.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Moving on though, I think now I'm gonna yap about the Saints.
No.
Um, I have a completely new like open mind to the way this team is done. Because last week, like I said, I wasn't gonna pick the Saints to win against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. I held to it. But after that ass whooping, I genuinely think that we could beat anybody. Now, that's not saying we're gonna beat anybody, but we can. And I
Yeah.
think we can compete with everyone. I think Derek Carr is a completely new quarterback, and that is a lot of the credit goes to Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
A lot of the credit goes to the scheme, period, because that scheme I would say is so watered down in a way to the point where it's really easy for a quarterback to succeed in that kind of system. And I don't think there's really any evidence to someone failing in that system.
Mm-hmm.
There's I think Sam Darnold is in that same like the same kind of uh like McVay Shanahan tree esque system with O'Connell, and he's doing perfect. Like Brock Purdy, fucking last overall pick in the draft, he did perfect from day one.
Yeah.
Uh, so uh, I think the Saints are a completely different team than they were preseason, and that says a lot to Clint Kubiak, uh, um, his play calling. I think that says a lot to everyone's dedication, and I didn't think everyone was all there. Uh, so yeah, I have a completely like new appreciation and excitement for this season and the Sunday even.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into all these topics. Um all these traditional topics of behind enemy lines. So, Caleb Allen,
Mm-hmm.
starting with start with keys to victory since we always do breakout candidates and stuff. So what are your keys to victory for the for the Eagles here?
I and the greatest thing that happened to me before today is I was able to watch some film on the Saints. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You are the one who made open my eyes to
Mm-hmm.
this. Force Carr to throw to the outside.
What's that?
Force him to throw to the outside of the field.
Okay.
A lot of the plays, a lot of their big plays downfield were from crossing routes and routes across the middle of the field. Take that away. Rashid's touchdown was in down the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Olave's catch across the middle of the field. The only big Saints plays that were not across the field in the Kamara runs.
Mm-hmm.
Every other big passing play was through the middle of the field.
Okay.
Do not give Carr time. It's been
Yeah.
it's been easier to say than do at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
gonna say.
to Clint Kubiak's credit, he has solved the Trevor Penning issue.
Yeah.
Not that Trevor Penning's not still bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's give all credit to Clint Kubiak there. Trevor Penning still gets bitched a lot.
But the receipts that he touchdown, Derek Carr dropped back 10 yards. Trevor Penning was 9 yards in the backfield. Carr almost just got murdered.
That's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Clint Kubiak has showed that he's trusted Trevor Penning because he put him on an island. He was the one guy that decided if Derek Carr was making that throw or not.
I understand why, because if Carr gets blindsided there, it's over.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's a fumble in that situation because he's having to
Yeah.
wind the ball up so much.
But yeah, I agree with you. Good. Continue.
So credit to him for solving that issue. Like, hats off. But take away the middle of the field, it's awesome. It's also, again, easier said than done. And the Eagles have not been that great at this. Because last week they allowed 5.4 yards a carry. The week before, Against Green Bay, they allowed 7.8 yards a carry. Granted, the 7.8 yards a carry included a 33-yard trick play and Emmanuel Wilson, for some reason, having 11.5 yards a carry. But it's try to limit that. The Saints run game is really good.
There. Can you say that again?
Oh, it's limit the Saints run game. As of now, the Saints are averaging. I had the stats. Where the fuck did it go?
I think it's 6 yards per carry.
Right? Yeah, I think it is
4.9. 4.9.
Now it's 4.9 yards a carry, 185 yards a game.
Okay, hold on. It's 4.9 yards per carry if you include the 3 kneel downs from Jake Gainer.
But that doesn't fluctuate it too much.
Yeah.
But it's 185 yards a game.
Yeah.
You can't allow that. Granted, that's a lot of long play here, long play there, especially last week. That's where Kamara's yards came from, was 50-yard rush here, 40-yard rush here.
Actually, those were screenplays.
Okay, never mind. Rewind. 20 yards here, 30 yards here. Kamara was just getting 10-plus yards a carry. The Eagles need to find a way to stop that. How? That's for them to figure out. I'm not the fucking coach.
Okay.
I should be. I'm better than that bum. But you have to scheme against their run game.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to take away the middle of the field.
Yeah. It's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do here. But I think the most important thing is take away the middle of that field. If you do that and you limit Carter outside the numbers, that the biggest thing that eliminates is Rashid Shaheed. Because Rashid Shaheed, all of his fucking deep plays are deep post. He's catching the ball inside the numbers.
All of the ones he's caught are post routes.
Yes. He has not caught one outside the numbers yet.
This year.
Just this year. And last year wasn't as successful as it was inside the numbers.
But it was still there.
Still there, but it's just if you can take away the middle of the field. Once again, way easier said than done. It's so much easier to take away the outside of the field.
Yeah.
But if you can make Carr throw outside the numbers, that's where you start to have more Chris Olave involved, which, at this point, I'd rather let Chris Olave beat you than Rashid Shaheed. Because he's been the better receiver this year.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been close.
I'm pretty sure he's the most targeted receiver, too.
Rashid Shaheed's the most targeted, most catches, most yards, most touchdowns, most side first downs.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed has one more target than both Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave. So, yeah.
He has been the best receiver on this team.
Yeah, and he's quickly becoming one of the biggest deep threats in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. He's fast.
So that leads me to my key to victory. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And if they can't find a way to take that middle of the field away, and I'm pretty sure you've heard this conversation go on from like Mel Kiper. He's talking about the NFL needs to ban 2 high safeties because it's impossible to beat. Just look up Rashid Shaheed highlights; it's right there. But
it's very possible to beat, actually.
Yeah, like
there's concepts designed to be too high.
Yeah,
I could right now draw up a play that is designed to beat too high.
We did this the other night.
I could beat too high in 4 different ways. It's as simple as, you ready? 15-yard post, 15-yard corner. Safety can take 1. Left side streak, your slot takes a slot. There's a check down, your running back's a check down.
Yeah.
Cool. Someone's 1-on-1.
Yeah. My keys to victory is attack a decently weak safety room, and by that I mean I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. As much as I hate Chauncey Gardner Johnson for what he's done, um, he's a good player, but he's also hurt. And let's be honest, he didn't practice this entire week, so he's already like a little behind. Not to mention, Chauncey Gardner Johnson has not been doing too well this season with those with against receivers, especially like Darnell Mooney. And the Eagles don't play a lot of two high safety. So Chauncey Gardner Johnson is tasked with doing it by himself. And I just don't think he has what it takes to stop Rashid Shaheed. Um, and then also you got to be able to attack the rookie corner in Quinyon Mitchell, who's I think has been doing good. I haven't watched him too much. You got to find a way to get Olave open, which I think Olave is one of the best against separation so far. The best at getting separation so far. He's just hasn't been targeted as much as Shaheed has. And then also with the weak run defense of Philly so far, you got to attack that. I mean, the Saints offensive line has probably been the best so far, or one of the best so far at getting at creating holes, and Alvin Kamara is the best at getting through those holes. Pause. So, uh, long story short, get that run game going. Find Sheed. Spread the ball out. Let Clark cook. I mean, that man is more comfortable than he's probably ever been in his fucking career. So let him cook. Like he said on the mic'd up this past week. Hey, we're just getting started. This is just the beginning of the season. We got a long way to go. There's gonna be a lot more of that. I think be real. This Eagles defense has got a lot to figure out too, as well. Because I think the Eagle. If I saw this right, the Eagles secondary ranks 30th against all receivers. So they still got a lot to figure out, and I don't think this is the game where they figure it out. All right. Moving on. While we're talking about Chauncey Gardner Johnson and all that, we're gonna go ahead and pull up the injury report here. Boom. So, oh wait, no. Here we go. Injury report. The Saints have a very lengthy one, but it's really not that bad if you think about it. And then the Eagles have theirs. So we're only going to go with the questionables and outs. So the Saints have DeMarco Jackson, who's questionable, who limited practice Thursday and Friday. I think he'll play considering he's just a special teams guy. Colin Saunders is out. He's been out since, he hasn't played yet. So they've already, I guess, adjusted to that. Taysom Hill is questionable, which would be big, but Taysom Hill has said himself that he probably will play. Especially because he's not in the game 24/7. He almost he dodged some serious injury because he took a hit to the chest in the Cowboys game and he had to get evaluated in a Dallas hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad he's good. Landon Young maybe will play, even though he hasn't practiced all week. He's a backup, so I don't necessarily see him needing to play, but it would be nice for him to be available. Will Harris limited practice Friday. That would honestly be a pretty big hit. He's been playing amazing. But if he doesn't play, he'll most likely be replaced by Jordan Howden, who also hasn't done bad either. And then A.T. Perry, who was a healthy scratch last week, who is full practice with an illness. He's questionable, and I'm going to assume the reason he's questionable is because they don't know if he's going to be a healthy scratch or not. I mean, I don't know. And then for the Eagles, A.J. Brown is out with a hamstring, didn't practice all week. Johnny Wilson is active, and then Chauncey Gardner Johnson, who didn't practice all week, is questionable according to this game status. He's not questionable, he's questionable. So does anything stand out for you with the Eagles?
AJ Brown.
It's a completely different game without him.
And I won't use the stat yet. Well, it's not a stat; it's a personal opinion stat.
Okay.
But AJ Brown plays a big role in that stat.
Mm-hmm.
But no AJ Brown makes it life fun. Who have on DA 10 times easier.
Yeah.
Because that puts Johnny Wilson and Britton Covey in a situation to play.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would happily play Covey over AJ Brown.
What? Like if you're DA, okay. I'm like, wait, if you're you were saying if you're Sirianni.
If you're Sirianni, you're fucking. He said he better be crying himself to sleep.
I thought you were saying that you would rather play Britton Covey over AJ Brown as Sirianni.
That's Sirianni logic, but not me logic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Johnny Wilson will play. Chauncey's probably going to play.
That's good because I really want Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to play. I'm going to go on a rant here in a minute.
What if he has 2 picks?
You won't.
What if he does, though?
We're throwing around these what ifs. It's not going to happen.
What if he has 2 picks, 1 for a touchdown, and 3 sacks? He just ruins that game. Both picks on seed deep balls.
Mm-mm.
And a forced fumble on Rashid Shaheed as he's jogging into the end zone.
Do you understand that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has never played against anybody on this offense before?
Yeah.
There is not a single person that he's played against on this offense.
Cool. He's about to dominate 11 new men.
Not even in practice.
He's about to dominate 11 new men. He's about to make 11 men his bitch. He's played with Derek
McCoy. And
Derek
Cesar
McCoy.
Ruiz.
So, and Alvin Kamara.
Tell me where Eric McCoy and Cesar Ruiz relate to him.
And Alvin Kamara.
That's the only one.
Yeah, do you want to know where they relate?
Where?
He was dogging them in practice.
I don't think you remember that correctly.
I was there.
But I have the clip of rookie Chris Olave dogging him in training camp.
Oh, well, then you just named another guy he played with.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But he just...
he could never... And Taysom Hill.
He could never beat Chris Olave.
And Taysom Hill.
This is rookie Chris Olave.
Cool. Pat Surtain got burnt by a fucking receiver in Broncos training camp. One-on-ones are set up for the receiver to win.
Okay. I'm waiting for Sunday because Rashid Shaheed is going to burn the shit out of him. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going to be burnt toast, and it will be a meme on Saints Twitter for the rest of 2024. Every time that man speaks a sentence online, Rashid Shaheed, there's going to be a picture online of Rashid Shaheed and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and Rashid Shaheed is going to be 10 yards ahead like he's Nikado Avocado. All right? Picture that in your mind. It'll happen. All right. Moving on now. Who are your breakout candidates for this game? See your agenda. What's your agenda for the week?
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, revenge game.
Give me another one because I'm sure he might not get cleared. There's a chance he doesn't get cleared.
For defense, Quinyon Mitchell.
Okay.
For offense, here's the thing. I can only name 2 names that are not like, well, he's fucking good. So I'm going to name a guy who's really fucking good.
All right.
And the best player at his position in this game. Saquon Barkley.
Are you saying Saquon Barkley's the best running back in the league?
In the game.
Okay.
Just this game. And probably the best healthy running back right now.
I mean, CMC isn't healthy, so sure.
And Nick Chubb's also not healthy. And Derrick Henry
Okay.
hasn't been on shit.
Yeah, all right.
So it's
Fair.
him or Bijan.
Okay.
But Saquon. He's the most dynamic playmaker on this field. He can
Mm-hmm.
make anything out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just him. Quinyon Mitchell will probably draw the assignment of Rashid Shaheed.
He does have the speed. He is faster.
That's why. Well, Darius Slay will probably be featured on Chris Olave, which works out because Olave's normally on the left side of the offense, right side for the defense. Rashid's on the opposite side, which is how the Eagles line up.
Yeah.
So it works out.
That's
Avante
good.
Maddox taking whoever your receiver 3 will end up being that game.
It switches up.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no real like bona fide number like slot guy.
The depth chart I am seeing has your receiver 3, Cedric Wilson.
Well, that's a good thing. You can see the depth chart because whenever I look at depth chart, it just says center Eric McCoy, and that's it.
I went to a different website.
Oh, there we go. Fixed. For on ESPN it says Mason Tipton, which is true. Mason Tipton does get the most 3 reps, but I mean,
It's all
Cedric
over the
Wilson gets
place.
in there. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you like the bona fide slot guy is because when we're talking about corner 3, we're talking about slot corner Avante. So I could not tell you who our slot guy is most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest, I don't think we play like more than 2 receivers a lot.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. But
It's fair.
Yeah. My breakout guys, we're gonna go with you know what, fuck it. We're gonna go with Mason Tipton. Just because he gets a lot of play, he gets a lot of action. And I honestly think whether it not show up on the stat sheet, whether it be like some good blocks, because he got one last week, that you pointed out against Eric Kendricks. Or whether it actually be gets the targets. I think Mason Tipton could, do something this game. And then defensively, we're gonna go Willie Gay Jr. And that's because I still have like very little confidence when it comes to a Saints defense against a mobile quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the potential is there, but I know that if there's going to be anyone that stops that, it's going to be Willie Gay. Because Willie Gay was brought in for that specific reason. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to say Willie Gay is my other breakout guy for defense. Alrighty, moving on now. We got dream scenario. What is if everything goes perfect? What does that look like for Nick Sirianni and the Eagles?
21-17 win is the dream scenario.
Wait, why is that a dream scenario?
Because they win the fucking football game.
Damn, okay.
Because the Eagles are not in a situation where they're going to score a lot of points at this offense right now.
Okay.
And if they do, it's because Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley both rush for $120.
All right.
They're in a situation where this past game won't be that great. God, it's not been great. Devontae Smith's your receiver 1. Jahan Dotson's your receiver 2. Which, granted, not a horrid receiver 2. There's a lot worse you could have.
Yeah.
But he's a top 10 receiver 3 in the league.
Wait, who are we talking about again?
Jahan Dotson.
Okay.
But as receiver 3 goes, he's top 10. Because there's a lot of teams he'd be a receiver 2 on.
Maybe. I couldn't name them off my head, but
The
sure.
Broncos.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
No.
Who's the receiver 2?
Jacoby Myers.
Okay, yeah, I forgot Jacoby Myers existed.
And then Hunter Renfro.
Hunter Renfro's not on the team.
Oh, did he get cut? I thought he was.
He's not
still
on the team right now.
Damn, Saints set him up. All right, anyway.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
He'd probably be the receiver one day even.
Yeah.
Probably the Colts, honestly.
Nah.
It's gonna be close to
Josh
that.
Downs,
Downs has not played much. It's been a lot of Alec Pierce.
Mitchell.
Donnie Mitchell's receiver 3.
Okay, so
And not playing
Pierce.
much. It's Pierce and it's the I take Jahan.
It's Michael Pittman, Pierce, Downs, Mitchell.
Then if you go over to the NFC, fucking Panthers he'd have a fighting shot on the Panthers to be receiver 2.
He'd have a fighting shot, but he's not. Like, I'm not gonna say yeah.
Yeah, but he would be. It would be a competition.
Like, I would say he'd be a 3 there, maybe.
But again, she'd be the 3. It'd be him versus fucking Thielen.
I think they'd give it to Thielen, bro.
With Andy Dalton, it's impossible. It's up in the air. You have right now, if he went to San Francisco, he'd be the 2.
Ayuk and Debo?
Debo's hurt.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
He'd be the 2 right now if he was there. Normally, he'd be the fucking 5 because that receiver room's just stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, Arizona, he'd probably have a fighting shot at the receiver 2 against Michael Wilson. Green Bay, he'd have a fighting shot at the receiver 2. Commanders, I don't know why they traded him. He'd be the number 2. But there's more teams where he'd be a receiver 2 than not. Not more than not, but there's a lot of teams he'd be the receiver 2 on easily.
That's fair.
Which a lot of receivers 3s you can't say that for.
That's fair.
Unless you're talking about the fucking Patriots and every receiver 2 would be the receiver 1.
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
But your pass game is not going to be that great.
What the hell are we talking about? Dream scenario.
Dream scenario.
Okay.
But,
so your dream scenario is just win the fucking game?
It's win the game in a situation where you look great because the Saints offense is averaging 40 a game. Holding them to 17 is an accomplishment right now.
Yeah.
Now, I guess, now that I think about it, it's what nightmare situation and breakout candidates left.
No, we did break out already. It's just score predictions. This might be the first episode we've ever done that doesn't go on.
I am good. No, we getting there, baby.
All right.
I will guarantee it. I have a reputation to keep.
We do have reputations to app, so let's do it.
Here's the agenda I'm gonna push with the Eagles. And you're gonna see why AJ Brown fucking hurts this. Jalen Hurts, top 10 QB, yes or no?
No.
What? Whoa! Name 10 QBs you take over Jalen Hurts.
10 I take over Jalen Hurts. All right, let me look at the list of quarterbacks first. Mahomes, obviously. All right, let's go. Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud,
5,
Herbert,
6.
Let's see, I go Trevor Lawrence. Stafford. Dak? Gino? And
you are not saying Geno Smith is better than Jalen Hurts.
I think Geno Smith is incredibly underrated.
But you are not saying he's better than Jalen Hurts.
I think Jalen Hurts is. Where do you think Jalen Hurts is placed at on the list?
Top 10, and it's not fucking an argument.
How is it not an argument, bro?
How is it an argument?
Just because of everyone that's like really good.
He was not even healthy last year, and he's one of the 15 best QBs in the league. One of the best 10
15.
QBs. I meant to say 10. One of the 10 best QBs in the league.
I was gonna say 15. Sure. Do I want to say Aaron Rodgers?
Don't you dare. You're already
Why not?
You're already stretching Gino. You're already stretching Dak.
Okay, why am I stretching Dak?
Dak is not better than Jalen Hurts.
For what
Name
reason?
one thing Dak Prescott does better than Jalen Hurts.
I mean, Dak Prescott was a fucking MVP candidate last season.
Okay, cool. Jalen Hurts was the MVP runner up 2 seasons ago.
Was
the
he
last time he
runner-up?
had a
Was he the runner-up?
Yeah, he had he was second in votes. The
Huh.
year Mahomes won it, he was MVP second. The only reason he wasn't last year is he was fucking injured half the year because he injured his fucking leg.
Oh, let me count this. You know, fuck it. I'll say he's top 10. Yeah,
He is.
I'll concede it.
We're not getting out of that with saying he's not top 10. Because
I'll say he's top 10. Fuck it.
Especially when you look, his bad year consisted of 3 bad games where it got piled on him bad on his play, where he just threw multiple picks in a game. He threw 15 last year, 7 of which were in 3 games. He was injured. He was beaten up. He had leg injuries galore. So Jalen Hurts couldn't be Jalen Hurts. He's a top 10 quarterback. So Saquon Barkley, top 10 running back. In this situation, A.J. Brown, if he was healthy, top 10 wide receiver 1. Devontae Smith, top 10 receiver 2.
Sure.
That's 4. 3, really. Jahan Dotson, top 10 receiver 3. I'd say
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really thought about it, but sure.
Dallas Goedert, top 10 tight end.
I couldn't name every tight end off the top of my head anyway, so sure.
Kelsey, Andrews, Laporta,
McBride.
If he's not 10, he's 11 or 12.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Jordan Mailata, top 10 tight end, left tackle.
Sure.
Landon Dickerson, top 10 left guard.
I have no clue, so
yes.
sure.
Yes, he's top 5. Lane Johnson, top 10 left right tackle.
Yeah.
They have a top 10 player at their position at all but 2 positions when healthy.
Fair enough.
And
yeah.
I would very much argue from Mekhi Becton with how he's played this year.
Nah.
No, you don't understand.
I understand he's been really good, but like he also hasn't played a lot before.
Yeah, that's why I say I'd argue it.
He's been in the league since 2018 and he hasn't played.
But it's his first year at guard, and he's been one of the best right guards in football.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
believe me, I want him to be good. He's from Louisville.
Yeah. So that's why I said you could argue it. Cam Jurgens, I have not watched Cam Jurgens play football. I'll be straight with you. So I will not come out here and say he's a top 10 center.
All I've heard is that he has a lot of he's really good, but he also has a lot of bad snaps.
He's has a snap issue. The biggest issue with the Saints offense is the coaching.
Offense?
Yeah.
How?
Eagles.
Oh, that should Saints.
I think I might have accidentally said Saints.
Okay, yeah, Eagles.
The biggest issue with the Eagles offense has been the coaching.
Yeah.
The coaching for this offense has been atrocious.
Yeah.
The play calling's not working well. I mean, the times where they were good the other night was literally just Jalen Hurts doing bullshit. At one point, they were averaging 7.2 yards a carry with Saquon Barkley. Entered the red zone and didn't run the football one time.
Mm-hmm.
What offensive fucking coordinator does that? Pete Carmichael, that's who. And the Eagles. If you're averaging 7.2 yards a carry, are you going to stop running that fucking football?
No.
Exactly. And they did. Their touchdown drive was a lot of just Jalen Hurts running around, make guys miss, and then tush push. So get play calling straight. It's good. You're not getting that straight just like that.
Okay.
So nightmare situation. That offense is just deep fried with play calling. It's horrible play calling. Obviously, without AJ Brown, which hurts. I guess it's also lose Devontae Smith. If you lose Devontae Smith for an extended period of time,
Asking Devontae Smith to play wide receiver 1, is also a thing.
he was great last week.
Yeah.
He was spectacular last week.
Another reason why I say AJ Terrell is overrated, but anyway.
He didn't. No, he did. Terrell didn't. Terrell, when Terrell was on, it was making plays. A lot of Devontae Smith's plays were just in zone. But the Eagles had 183 yards receiving. 76 of them were from Devontae Smith. Brian Covey averaged 3.8 yards a reception.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot just ask one guy to do all the work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jahan Dotson got targeted one time. You're going to look at me and say Brian Covey's better than Jahan Dotson? Why are you not drawing shit up for your second best offensive player?
I'll tell you why, though.
Catching the football.
I'll tell you why that Brent Covey was targeted more than
Why?
Because the other corner for the Falcons is worse than their slot corner.
Yeah,
like
Covey was the slot receiver that game.
I know, and the slot corner for the Falcons is historically ass.
Oh, but still,
D. Alfred, I think his name is.
Oh,
D. Alfred is shit.
Robert, he had 3.8 yards of reception. His long was 9 yards.
Who's Covey?
Covey. You had no pass go over 20 yards.
That whole game?
The whole game. The longest reception was 19 yards.
Damn.
The longest play as a whole was 23 yards. Guess who was responsible for that play?
Jalen Hurts.
Yes. That can't happen. Your long cannot be. You cannot have one play over 20 yards.
Shit. Let's take that shit.
Like,
she gonna get it 70 yards.
I know AJ Brown's your downfield playmaker.
Yeah.
But that's where you have to have someone ready. You have 6'7" Johnny Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go make a play. Devontae Smith can go make a play downfield. You have guys who can make those fucking plays. Draw up a screen for Saquon, leaves him one-on-one with a guy. Stop just calling rollout. Stop just calling this or that. Give Saquon the ball in space with a chance to make a play. Don't just look at Saquon and say, here, ball, 11 defenders, make play. The point of an offensive coordinator is to give your players the ball in space. Look at Clint Kubiak with the Saints. How many screens did you guys have run successfully against the Cowboys?
A lot.
Because what happened? You had 3 lead blockers, and then after those 3 did their job, it was Kamara one-on-one with a safety, and no one was there.
Kamara went untouched on that 58-yard touchdown, by the way.
Exactly. Because they're drawing up great plays for him to get the ball in space. The Eagles are not giving Saquon the chance to get the ball in space.
Make a fair point.
Saquon Barkley is the best playmaker in football right now.
Yeah.
I know Tyreek Hill exists. If I needed 20 yards and I was to call a screen, of the guys I have available to me right now, Saquon Barkley is my first pick.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I had to call a screen to call for the game, Saquon Barkley is the guy I want with the fucking ball because he is stronger than Tyreek Hill. He's not as fast. He's just as elusive, though. And Saquon Barkley will lower that fucking shoulder and he'll pile drive somebody. Which is something Alvin Kamara cannot do. Alvin Kamara is not lowering his shoulder and running through a guy consistently.
Not consistently, but he definitely will.
Saquon Barkley, you could put Saquon Barkley in the situation of, oh, Jalen Hurts is injured. Saquon, go do the tush push. Because you underestimate how strong his legs are. You know how long?
No, I know.
He was squatting 700 in high school.
I know.
Saquon Barkley is not human. But
do we get a shallow appearance today?
No, probably not. Bro is. Right, well, I'm looking at bro. Bro is comfy. It's not a shallow. Hi, shallow. Hi, baby.
What did I say my dream scenario was last week? Because I feel like we were living it.
You did. You did not say that it was that. You said it was keep the game close.
Keep the game close. Wow, I was that hard on us. Okay.
Look, I'll go find it.
Yeah. Well, while I'm yapping, if you want to, find it.
Did we do that early on? Do you remember?
Don't know. It's probably later. My dream scenario though is, because I highly doubt that this Saints offense is going to keep scoring 40 points a game. It's really hard to keep that up. So my dream scenario is keep it up. Literally, the best thing you could do is score 40 points again. I don't really know how else to put it. That's the way to do it. 40 points a game, keep it rolling. That's the dream. We live in the dream. Now, if you score 40 points again and you win another blowout, you might hear me screaming Super Bowl. I might scream Super Bowl. Now moving on to the nightmare scenario. I think with every bit of information we've been given in the past about Saints defense against mobile quarterbacks, you go out there and let them do that to you again. Saints defense allows Jalen Hurts to get over 100 rushing yards. And you completely flat out look like the Saints defense that allowed Lamar to go rampant, allowed Jalen Hurts to go rampant in 2022. So you need to go out there and you find a way to contain Jalen Hurts. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't need him rushing for a first down every time he wants to go for it. Why are you laughing? What am I saying?
Your dream scenario. No one gets badly injured. We don't get absolutely destroyed. And you find a way to win the game.
Well, I can say we found a way to win the game. No one got badly injured. We didn't get destroyed.
That was a lot harder to find.
All right. Well, that's my nightmare scenario. If the Saints go out there and they look exactly like they do regularly against these mobile quarterbacks, and any of these new additions like Chase Young and Willie Gay don't help with that, then it's going to be a sad day. Now, we are 53 minutes in. We have one segment left.
Easy. I can get 6 minutes out of this.
Favorite, unless you picked unless you picked the Saints to lose.
You did too.
Because usually you're the one that's right. Now I haven't kept up with my record. I'm on here every week. That's probably something I should do. Go back and look at my record. It's probably not that good. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good. I think you have to pick the Saints.
Caleb, you are 7-2.
Yeah. It hurts.
Now, up on the screen right now, we have the betting odds for the Saints versus Eagles. Now, for the people that don't understand betting, I'm going to make my prediction here. So, for example, money line is predicting your winner. So, if it's minus blank, so for example, the Saints are favored minus 150. Minus 150 means favorite, which means the Saints are favored. Plus 130 means they're underdog. So the Eagles are plus 130 to the Saints minus 150. And the spread is Eagle or Saints -2.5, Eagles +2.5, and then the odds aren't showing, or the odds are even for the Eagles spread, -120 for the Saints spread. And then the over-under is 49.5. So, since Caleb likes to dramatize the shit out of his, I'm gonna go ahead and do mine.
You tell me to.
Yeah, I know. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I like it. I'm gonna say Saints money line, which means I have the Saints winning. I'm gonna say Saints spread, which means I have them winning by more than 3. And then I'm gonna say we'll say over 49.5. My final score prediction is 30-23 Saints.
30-23.
30-23.
23 is a wild score.
23?
Yeah.
Why?
Tell me how they. I want you to tell me how they get to 23.
Okay. Touchdown, 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 safety.
You're predicting a safety.
30-24, Caleb. There. 30-24 Saints.
Don't let me sway your prediction.
30-24. Yeah, you're right. 23 is a very hard score to get. 24.
I was like, yeah, like, it's not even the way I would have approached trying to get there.
30-24. How would you approach it?
I would have said 2 2-point conversions.
Okay.
From them trying to get back into the game. It being 30-7 at one point, they just succeed on 2 2-point conversions.
Okay. Now, Caleb Allen, Mr. 7-2, Mr. Proclamation himself, or not Proclamation. What's the
Prophet?
Mr. Prophet himself. What is your prediction?
Okay. So
try and make this 3 minutes long. We got to get over an hour.
Actually, I want you to scroll down. I want to do some lines too.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it.
I want to do some lines.
Touchdown score, Cedric Wilson.
So my touchdown scores this week is Saquon to score multiple.
Okay.
See what that even do?
Plus 375.
That's it.
For 2 touchdowns.
All right. It is a Chris Olave touchdown.
Plus 130.
A Jordan Davis sack.
Hold on.
I don't think you'll find it. Oh, Bo is actually making it. I don't know if they have Jordan Davis listed. I doubt they'll have sacks listed. No. Oh. Yeah, no, they definitely don't.
Okay.
So, let's see. Let me see what Devontae Smith lines are.
For what?
Catches.
Receptions. Devontae Smith.
Give me 6+.
Okay.
And plus, I'm only plus 1,200. Really? Okay. And we'll do one more. 2 receipts to heat yards. They don't let me do it less than L. Then, yeah, past that. Go to. No. Give me under 49.5. Yeah.
And a $10 bet.
No, we got to do predictions too. With that.
Okay.
The score will be over 49.5.
Okay.
I can't say the spread yet because the spread dictates the winner.
Okay. Actually, it dictates the winner, period.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
like if you go money line, it's already dictating your winner.
Game spread, I'll say for last.
Okay.
Because the winner of the game walking out with more than one win.
Well,
I have to stall a few more seconds.
We're over an hour.
Yeah, I know. The Philadelphia Eagles
Do you get the Eagles winning?
walk out of the Superdome,
Okay.
1-2,
Oh,
backwards.
okay.
So they're 2-1.
Hold on. Let me fix that. All right.
With obviously they cover.
Yeah.
Now let me
A
tell you
t-
why.
a $10 bet would win $670. But explain.
Don't make that fucking bet. I do not trust that bet.
Yeah, no. Fuck no.
Let me explain why.
Do you think?
When I look at this team game,
Mm-hmm.
I am looking all over the place, and I think, fuck, actually, I don't know if I like this anymore.
Do you think?
No, hold on. That's the Eagles fan prediction.
Okay. What is your like literal prediction?
Let me add some drama to this one. I think if we look across both teams, both have the weaknesses. One's just not as exposed as the other yet. Like you saw watching film with me, on the few plays you showed me, I was able to pinpoint exactly where the weakness was.
Mm-hmm.
Task for the Eagles is you have to take away two different things.
Yeah.
You have to take away the run game that has been very dominant. Take away the middle of the field,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to be able to attack in the open field after that. The Saints got to keep doing what they're doing. If they get either or, I think they win that football game.
Okay.
The Eagles on offense need to find a way to get a third playmaker out there catching the football. Whether that's Dallas Goedert, whether that's Jahan Dotson. They cannot be looking at Goddard. I mean, they cannot be looking at Saquon and Devontae Smith to make all their plays in the air. They also need to set Saquon up better to catch the football in situations where he can make a play. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I feel like. Like, this is going to be the first time the Saints defense gets really tested because the Cowboys, I think, have been really one note this year. And without Jake Ferguson, they become CD at nothing. The run game was not that good. And the O-line's probably not as good as people want to hype it up to be this year.
I think Cowboys
It's
O-line's
good,
still
but
really
it's
good.
not great. It's worse than the Eagles.
I think the Cowboys O-line's still really good.
It's worse than the Eagles, and it's not even close. Eagles have the best O-line in football.
Continue.
For the Saints to win, you got to attack deep downfield. You have to spread this defense out. This defense is not good when spread out. When they have to worry about multiple things, that's when you have to worry. If you give them a reason where they can just focus on the inside 20 yards, bad news for you. This defense is really good at that.
I just don't think that's going to happen.
And the way you do that is you take away the middle of the field, especially deep from Rashid Shaheed, and you almost discourage them from doing it. Rather that's early play, you have to know if it's play action, you have Rashid Shaheed running deep. Rashid Shaheed's I'm not even going to try to fight stats on this. I'm willing to bet most of Rashid Shaheed's deep routes come off of a play action. Because if you take one step in and he's gaining momentum, it's over. Both his deep balls this year have been off play actions.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about like all of them.
If they're not literally just him running right by somebody, just running straight, it's, I think, off play action.
I'd have to look into it, but yeah, the ones that he's scored off of so far, yeah.
So you have to be ready to play against play action. Trust that you get guys down in front, take care of that. You cannot bite on play action. That's the last thing this team can do. For the Saints run game, you have to just keep doing what you're doing, knowing you're playing two monsters in Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter.
Mm-hmm.
This game will just come down to quarterback play. Whoever plays better. Is election year Carr going to keep balling? Or is Jalen Hurts going to give his I'm back game finally? Last week would have been it, but for some reason, Sirianni's dumbass decided to throw the football on third down instead of just running it. And hey, either we get the first down or we kill a lot of clock. So, I don't know. I don't think he'll make that same mistake again. And I think the play comes down to one play. I trust one team more than the other in a certain situation. The Saints, I think, are very much a merchant of picking up first downs early. I think they are much more comfortable in a third and medium situation than a third and short situation. I think they're more confident in picking up 7 yards on a 3rd and 5 versus picking up 3 yards on a 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
The Eagles, if you let them get to 3rd and 2, they're keeping the football. You're not getting a stop without committing a fucking flag. Which is why
committing a felony.
It's probably a felony too, by some standards. I think the Saints are about to get a reality check when it comes to physicality. The Titans, they've been the more physical team in every single game they've played. There is zero denying that. They've been the more physical team, especially against Dallas. They were the ones coming to hit. I hate Sirianni, but
you got Trevor legally assault the person across from me. It's gotta be like that.
Here's the issue, though. You have one of those guys. Jordan Malone, you have one of those guys who wants to legally assault people.
Have you not seen Talise Fuaga play football?
You have two guys. I'll give you that. Lane Johnson likes legally assaulting people. Jordan Malone is Samoan.
So is Talise Fuaga.
Yeah. He's also going to legally assault people happily. Mekhi Becton's.
You don't understand the tribal chief.
Mekhi Becton's going to legally assault someone.
Have you seen what Lucas Patrick did last week?
Cool. That's one play.
Give me one play. That motherfucker was doing it all game. Have you seen his PFF grade?
Cool. PFF's ass. Outside of Jackson. Jackson's the GOAT.
Jackson Powers?
Yeah, he works for PFF.
Yeah, shout out J-Powell. No, but that fucking that PFF grade doesn't come on accident.
The Eagles have 4 offensive linemen who are ready to legally assault someone every play.
So do the Saints.
As much as
people don't want to believe that. We have 4. It's Eric McCoy.
That's who I'm counting as 3.
Lucas Patrick, Eric McCoy. I think all of them are ready to legally assault someone.
So is every NFL lineman, but there's ready and there's able to. Lucas Patrick did it for one game.
Have you not seen the Saints offensive line this entire year?
Cool, that's 2 games.
What do you mean that's 2 games? You can say that for every other fucking lineman in the league. It's only been 2 games.
Bro, the Eagles line was doing this last year.
Okay. Eric McCoy was doing this last year.
In the run game, Mekhi Becton was legally assaulting people. He just couldn't pass block for shit.
Who? Mekhi Becton?
Yes.
Okay.
His run game was always far and away superior. When he got into space, it was when he was getting into trouble.
So what you're saying is that the Saints, who've been doing incredible in the run game, aren't ready to legally assault someone?
I'm saying 3 of them are for sure ready.
I say 4, but
2 games for Lucas Patrick.
Okay.
Last year was nowhere near like this.
I understand that he was on a different team, a poverty team at that.
What team was he on?
The Chicago Bears.
He was not legally assaulting nobody.
Yeah, I understand that, but does anyone on the Chicago Bears do that?
No, but that just hurt himself. He just took himself down and you just took him down a notch in my book.
Why is that?
Because he was a Chicago Bear last year. He was handing out flowers to defensive linemen.
That should honestly take him up a notch now, because going from the Chicago Bears to the Saints and doing 10 times a billion times better.
That can be said for so many franchises in the league. Look at Keenan Allen, who instantly got worse.
Okay.
Look at DeAndre Swift, who has not been that good.
Okay, that's the Chicago fucking Bears. Everyone.
Yeah, You just said something to prove your own point.
No, hold on. Everyone said previously, if you go to the Saints, you're not doing it.
Yeah, that was before Clint Kubiak.
But now you got Clint Kubiak, and
now you're playing better.
All these motherfuckers in the front aren't going to legally assault someone.
We'll find out Sunday.
They've been doing it for these past.
We'll find out Sunday.
They've done this shit against DeMarcus Lawrence, Mozzie Smith, Michael Parsons.
Do it against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, two masses of two immovable forces.
Are we really discrediting Michael Parsons?
No.
And then those are interior guys, right?
Yes.
Eric McCoy, Lucas Patrick, and Cesar Ruiz.
Do you know how well they did? How well Chris Lindstrom did against Jalen Carter for the majority of the game in run situations?
How's that?
Not good.
You want to know why? Because their run offense is fucked.
No, because Jalen Carter's a dog. Who's your right guard? Who's your right guard?
Cesar Ruiz.
Barbecue chicken alert.
No.
Who's your left guard?
Lucas Patrick.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Brother, no.
Who's your right tackle?
Trevor Penning.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Have you not seen what Trevor Penning has done this season?
Who's your center?
Eric McCoy.
I put the plate down.
Better. Should have been put the plate down.
Who's the left tackle?
Huago.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, you better put that fucking plate down, buddy.
It's so good I didn't even use my fingers. That's how good it was.
Anyway, so you said that prediction was your Eagles fan prediction. What is your official prediction?
28-17.
So let's see under.
No, wait, no, shot. 42-38.
Okay, shit.
They're scoring.
So that's the over.
There's only one team here that's going to score 48-2 on the other team.
Well, no shit. You just said the other one's scoring 38.
But there's only one team capable of it.
There's one team that's done it twice already this season.
Good news. They're still going to average a lot of points after this game.
I understand that. Yeah.
Since they'll be 2-1 while doing it. Because the Eagles are winning this football game.
Okay.
And I will guarantee.
Oh, he's guaranteeing something.
I guarantee. Derek Carr throws a pick.
Okay.
To Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Okay. I will personally shake on that. I'll send you $10 if it happens.
I'm not making a bet on that.
Okay.
No, because I do not like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. It's just my job to hype him up.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's just my job to hype him up today.
You're not confident in that, are you?
My entire job here is to piss you off. Who's the easiest Eagles player to piss you off with?
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. No, you're right.
Exactly. I read the script and I said, this is my role.
So that is your official prediction?
Yes, 42-38.
Eagles win 42-38?
Yes.
So that means Eagles cover the spread, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's over 49 points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Caleb. Well, I'm sure next week you might be back because I'm not going out of my way to look for a Falcons fan.
I'll be 8-2, shooting 80%, getting ready to shoot higher than that.
You know, this is something I just thought about. You're going to actually end up like the Eagles, losing your last 6. So,
imagine I go from 7-1 to 7-7.
Amen. All right. Well, Caleb, as always.
How I do it? You know how I do it? If I got to that point,
how?
If I get to 7-4, I'm only picking the Saints. Because if I'm going to be wrong, then the Saints are losing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Look. Anyway, Caleb, thank you for joining. Of course. Once again, we are Now we're 15 minutes deep. So again, that's another hour long
I guarantee an hour.
Behind Enemy Lines
My pay
episode.
rate states an hour.
You know what? We didn't even yap as much as we usually do about other stuff.
No,
So-
but I just found a way to push it.
Yeah. All right.
Next week's the
Well-
bad week where we're gonna yap a lot because I'm gonna be on my knees for Bijan.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, and I probably you might find a way to make me hate you.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to be because I'm talking about the second best quarterback in that division.
Sorry, I was just looking at my Twitter and I saw some random ass shit.
I'll be
Right.
talking about the second best quarterback in that division behind Baker.
Okay. He's dark behind Carr, buddy. I'm ready to push those narratives.
What are you gonna do when Carr throws 4 picks and all 4 it's Chasey Gardner-Johnson? Can you imagine?
Man, you really are an Eagles fan, aren't you?
Man, are you ready? What would you do, honestly, if Chauncey Gardner-Johnson broke the single game INT record this game against you guys?
I would probably cry in the corner and write the season off.
Like, it'd be so fucked. I don't fuck with him because of all that.
Yeah.
But I would honestly laugh a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Make sure you drop a like below. Subscribe, turn on notifications for all future Behind Enemy Lines, Saints content, and all that. And I'll be live Sunday for reactions. Is right after I go 120 on the freeway back to my house because I have to make a 2-hour drive back. So,
Dude, be careful.
yeah, I'll be all right.
Do not do that shit.
I'm not doing that. But I'll be live for live reactions Sunday. Hopefully, we have another good day on our hands. If not, I will cry, probably live on stream. But yeah,
I'll probably be live crying to the Broncos.
You know, if other people cry, I guess I'll be okay. All right, see you guys. Sunday. Bye bye.